Hey everybody, this is Mickey D with episode 56 of Stationeers, picking up immediately after the last episode. Um, I'm leaving the same link, chat linked, since I'm assuming it's basically tied right in. And I did go ahead and roll to another save, just in case we have massive explosions from uh, overfilling that pipe, which doesn't look like we're going to. But we do have whatever's in the pipe network too that needs to come out. Um, and I'm really tempted, I think, to just go ahead and depressurize the base. Uh, just because that will, obviously the base is too warm, and with the new system, it's going to hopefully address that as well. But it looks like we should be fine. We're at 14.5, and we've already brought all these down from, they were all equalized at 10, so we should be pretty good. So we're going to jump over and while that's draining, we're going to make some steel, because obviously we're going to need it for the. We can turn the jetpack off. We're going to need it for the tanks. And I think that pretty much used the rest of the steel that we had left. We got 59, so, yeah, not quite enough. How much coal do we have? Now this is the annoying thing where we're going to have to wait for it all to, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually not, that's going to have enough to make 4, plus if we pull out, we would have enough to do all large tanks, because this will give us 6 kits back. We have 1, so there's 7, so we need 5. And we already have 1 kit made up. Right, so we were at 1, 2, oh, that's a 37. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, plus the one we get back is 6. So we would have enough to go 6 large tanks. I don't think we have enough room in the in that enough space in that room to do 6 large tanks though. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm really tempted just to push out this wall and make this a giant room. Obviously, then we're going to need more steel. So we might for CO2. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make 5. I don't think we're going to make them all large tanks, basically. Let me see. So I think we want the pollution to be a large tank. We want the oxygen to be a large tank. I kind of want hydrogen to be a large tank because I can see later on we're going to need massive quantities of that for, potentially for spacecraft. I don't know. Do we go through it and make everything a large tank and make a massive room, or do we just make some of them large tanks and 2, 3 of them large tanks and make the rest of them the small tanks? I don't know. What do you guys think? That'll get a bit more into it if we're obviously tearing that far into pushing out the walls and whatnot, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Let's put that tank over there. And here's the annoying part where we have to hand move all the items into the furnace. And we're just going to throw some pipes in there for now. Then we're still going to have to dump these in one at a time, of course. And let this all depressurize. Yeah, I don't know, YouTube might be having an issue. I mean, I haven't changed anything on my end, so you should be getting them if you've got them set to it. Especially if it's yeah, they must be having some issue on their end, especially if you're getting it through from multiple YouTubers, or not getting them from multiple YouTubers, I should say. And come on. So we should have 400. Oh, that's going to be a really weird. Did I just mess that up? 2. Oh. 1, 2, 3. I wasn't thinking about that. It needs to be a 3-to-1 ratio. Oh. What do we need? That's why I usually do it in patches of like 300 or 600. $133.3, so it won't work. Let's dump that out. Yeah, of course it's going to make a... Actually, let's do that. There we go. 100. We do 150. We would do 50. We could do 3. We could do 300. Let's be 250. And 300. Oh, no, that's going to be 300. So 100. And 50. And we'll have to watch and see if this spontaneously combusts again or not. And we'll let the last little bit drain out of there. All right. Yeah, now I had see the temperature's reading at 271. So it should be slightly below. But I was running into the issue before of where this will get filled up a little bit and then it's going to spontaneously combust. Kind of like what we're running into on the other side. And I don't really get what is causing it. So we'll see if it does it with the steel as well. Because it was definitely doing it when I was doing the copper earlier. I think it was copper I was doing. Might have been gold. But we'll get these made and we can throw it in the machine and we'll see what else we need for... I think we should have plenty of everything else. It's steel and I don't remember what else we need for there. Probably copper. cycles are so slow. I really wish they would speed those up. Or have somebody needs to come out with a mod that gives us faster versions of these. I mean, I think they should just make advanced ones. I don't know. You think they should have tech trees? So, or, you know, you just make more advanced machines. I don't know. And 203. Yeah, it seems to get to, it gets to a certain point, and it seems to like just spontaneously combust. Because we've got it set to 100, which should be fine. And I mean, we've had this set up for, oh, see, it just lit. And did I get the ratio wrong? Because it's not showing 2000. Yeah, see, it spontaneously lit. I don't know if we're going to get enough out of it to be able to make steel or not. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the furnace. There's something weird going on with the, obviously with the fuel, because we're having the same issue. And see, now it's dropping. So I haven't even activated it. I can't activate it because I can't get enough gas in it. With the stream, it's either something on YouTube's end then, or I'm assuming something on your end, because I don't have any drop frames. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't know how we're going to get steel made if we can't get enough pressure in there. Well, if we can't make steel, that's going to screw this whole thing up. But I don't know when this started, but I don't know if it has more to do with the atmospherics, or it might do, they did a hot fix. I think it's a hot, wow, they did some hot fix, a bug fix, right after the last update where they added the food and the ore scanner to the main line, because they were making way too much gases. I don't know if that's tied into where we're getting, oh, you know what? I have too much coal in there for one. That should be a 3-to-1 ratio. That's going to be annoying. But that doesn't resolve the fact that the furnace is lighting by itself. All right, let's go separate these all out. Oh, that is annoying. Here I was trying to make sure. Hi, Mr. Montuk. You can watch me struggle with the furnace, which is, for one, being kind of buggy. Okay, I don't want to put partials in there. Oh, and there's another partial. I know if we end up putting partials in there, we're going to end up having issues. All right, unfortunately, since we put these back in here, then that means we have to drain the system again. Oh. Well, welcome. Yeah, I end up usually streaming quite a few episodes on the weekends. I kind of get a late start sometimes on the weekdays. It depends. Well, I'm usually streaming about this time. Okay, coal. Iron. Let's get this all moved over there. Try this again with the right ratios. I'm hoping even if it self-lights, if we have the right ratio in there, we should be able to mix it. I think we're going to run into issues with the some of the alloys though, which thankfully we don't need right now. But it's oh, well that's why. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. I hope you enjoy them. Let's see, I think we can combine that and that. Oops. I gotta check. I never checked if the coal outgassed or not. Because it would be worth it to put all the coal in at once if it doesn't. I guess we'll put it in the end. We'll see if it outgasses or not. Oh, that's weird. Why do we get a 49? And 14. That's kind of weird. Oh, I think we actually do lose. That's right. We do lose a little bit when we do the recycler, don't we? Or the well, I don't know if we do on the centrifuge. We do on the recycler. There's 200. And we had what, 300 in there? Coal. Yeah, so we ended up losing like, oh no, we had that one. We lost 4. We are gutting all of this and gonna redo it. I liked how the filtration worked, but I didn't like how the AC was working. It was just way too slow, and I ended up bypassing it most of the time. Stationeers. Yeah, it's going to be quite the undertaking. Unfortunately, I don't have enough steel to make all the tank kits because we're going to swap some of them to big tanks. Yeah, just a little bit. I guess actually, while I'm thinking about it, we need to double check this to make sure we're not going to Oh, that's world. Oh, I thought it was going to say 63 MPa. I'm like, oh, that's going to blow. No, okay, so we're at 18. That's not bad. I think we could actually probably depressurize the... Yep, look, we're down to about 600 in each. Yeah, so we can definitely depressurize everything. Yeah, it's basically tore it all apart in the last episode. And that's going to be the next few episodes is going to be revamping that whole system. I did. I did it off camera I just kind of mentioned that I had done it. And okay, so coal doesn't give us any coal. The coal doesn't outgas. So the coal and copper does not outgas. It looks like pretty much everything else does that I've tested so far. All right, and then we're going to have to sit here and watch this because it's probably going to spontaneously combust yet again. But that should give us the correct ratios now. And yes, I know I just said we have to watch that and I walked away, but it does take a few minutes before we get to that point. Yeah, I did put the filters in parallel. And it made a huge improvement because this line kept exploding. It was just, it would output too much before it could go into the next one. So that corrected that issue, and I mean, it runs great. So I'd highly recommend doing that. You know, the other system, it works. It takes about the same amount of pipe, but it can't handle, you know, if you dump a large amount into the system at once. Oh, and I'm going to cough. Hang on a second. Oh, the outgassing is? I'll have to check that out. Okay, we got a little bit longer because I think it gets up to about, it's about when it gets over 25 that it's spontaneously combusting. So we'll go ahead and change the battery out. And hopefully we should be able to get some steel this time, which is only going to be like 400. That's enough to make 4 large tanks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should just go with all large or if I should do a mix of large and small. If we go all large, we have to push out the room. Very nice. There it goes. So look, see, it just spontaneously combusted. And I don't get what's up with that. But, and we could throw some coal or some copper in there because that does not outgas. And we can always use more copper. Yeah, see, it doesn't drop it like all the other ones do. Oh, and we can actually just pull that. I do like that you can do that. You just pull it, it runs through, it'll immediately dump it out. Oh, yeah, we just barely got that. Okay. And we'll let that vent. All right, anyway, we got the steel. So, very nice. And we got a little bonus copper out of it. Build volume pump. Tank kit. Shoots, pipe, sensors, tank. All right. So we need copper, and which we should, looks like we got enough on there. How much copper do we got in there? None. So we're throwing it in there. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I take the time to go ahead and punch through the wall, expand out, make everything large tanks, which obviously means we're going to have to do quite a bit of, you know, pushing out on the base. We'll probably have to change that radiator. Well, we might get away. We might be able to. I don't know. Yeah, that's the mixture I've got it set for. It just hasn't. We haven't done enough through it yet to get it to update the ratio because I did accidentally have it at 75-25 at one point. Um, so it's slowly been working its way to that ratio. Just hasn't got there yet on that furnace because it does burn. It does burn a lot cleaner at the 33-66. Um, but even I mean that was up at 25 kPa basically, and it, you know, that'll do. I used to run it a lot higher, but then I realized you don't need to unless you're trying to. I think with some of the alloys you got to run higher because you need the higher pressures on them. 1, 2, 3. That's enough for 3, and we got an autosave. Oh, yeah, that is an option. Um, yeah, I haven't well, I don't because that mixer ties into the gas generator down in the basement. Um, 1, 2, 3. Let's stop that because I think I have another tank. Because I think we pulled that one off of there. Yep. So obviously I'm probably going to need to do a mining run here sometime again. Oh yeah, yep. Uh, one. So that's enough for 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus we have the one out there, 5. Wow, if we can make one more, we could actually make them all. Oh, and we have the ones we're gonna pull out. So yeah, we used almost all the steel. Huh. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, and we pull those kits out. So we do actually have enough kits to make them all large tanks, which might be kind of an, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of want to build this so that we don't have to do it again. Um, I just don't know if we're going to have enough steel now to do, uh, if we push out. I mean, honestly, it doesn't, it's not like I can't go mining and go get more steel. Yeah, I've got a mixer here that runs for the fuel canister, for when we refill the welder. Um, and then I've got the other mixer down here that this runs for the furnace, and it runs, and then this tees off and runs down for the gas generator. Um, and then when we want to run the furnace, we just kick this on or off to pressurize. Um, I'm thinking about changing that to putting a pressure analyzer there and maybe changing that to a digital valve and then having it, because I think that would probably run a lot faster. I just don't know if the digital valve is going to respond in time to shut it off. What's that? Okay, we're drained out. All right. So, let me turn my helmet on and get some more light. And are these drained yet? That is the question, because that's, I guess we could probably pull up the ACs. I could, yeah. Well, yeah, especially if I need the different ratios. Okay, those are pretty much empty. It's dumping a little bit because the furnace dumped into it, into the system when it ran. But it should drain that out. The greenhouse should be, yes, the greenhouse is depressurized. Oh, this filter's running, so it's actually dumping into the system. Okay. And obviously we're not running the gas generator since we've got plenty of power. Yeah, that probably is a really good idea. I'll make a second line running down there. Yeah, most of this is probably going to be CO2. It's draining, draining. I do have this turned all the way up, do I? Yes, I do. Okay, there shouldn't be anything else coming into the system. Whoa. Oh, you know what? I need to bypass the ACs. There we go. Now it won't trickle in. Yeah, that's why I don't like this setup. Is this is the ACs are running basically way more than they should need to, and they're bottlenecking the whole filtration system. Um, yeah, so hopefully this new setup is going to work a lot better. Uh, it's just obviously we've got quite a bit of work before it's gonna be all up and running again. Oh, da da. I forgot that I turned those off manually and shut off the circuit because I wasn't thinking there was going to be anything else running through it. There we go. Now we should be doing pretty good. Okay, and I'm not going to worry about it if there's a little bit left in there. Okay, this should all be draining out. And I'd kind of like to get the CO2. Well, actually, we have quite a bit of CO2. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just start pulling all this stuff out now. And we're just going to have stuff everywhere. Oh, this is going to make such a huge mess. All right. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I wasn't really sure how well that running the ACs in parallel would work. Is the battery dead on that? Nope. I'm taking that is not. Wait a minute, pry bar. Of course it's a pry bar. Okay. And let's get these pulled up. Yeah, I have thought about doing that. I've seen it. I forget who I saw it recommended before. I just never gotten around to doing it. Which, if I remember correctly, it makes quite a bit more light. So it probably is worth doing it at one point, especially when you go on mining runs, since that does. And I don't think these stack, do they? No, that is so annoying. Not that it really helps me to pull these out and throw them on the ground, but. So, you think if you could carry 5 giant tank kits that you could, 5 kits for this, I could carry 6 circuit boards in my hand. Some of this doesn't make much sense. I'm assuming it's because, well, no, these don't keep the programming, though. We're going to run out of spots to stick everything to, aren't we? Oh, you do on the pressure on the input, like on the AC? The only thing I didn't like is one AC is not always enough to drop the pressure range that you need. So that's why I ran mine in series. And yet, look, these stack, which were quite a bit bigger than the circuit board that goes inside of them. Oh, you know what? I forgot that we actually have another locker over here. It's supposed to be for food. Ha ha ha. We can ever get anything to live in the greenhouse for a cycle. All right, let's pull up some of this wiring. Yeah, we're going to get quite a bit of wiring back from this, though we're going to probably end up using more by the time we get everything rehooked up. And there we go. You know what I should do is not make a complete and utter mess. Okay. Oh, so much wiring. And we'll get this all pulled up. Luckily, I think this is actually the worst of it. It's just because of all the, you know, the monitors. Mm, yeah, that is yeah, you could recirculate it, like kind of like how I have the sleeper set up with, but with an AC. That way, it would recirculate it. But I think I'm just going to recirculate it at each tank, and then that way I can set each gas to what I need it to be individually. All right, wiring. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump that out as well because we're going to have even more wiring. Um, yeah, that is an option on it. All right, so let's go ahead and get all these tanks pulled up. Very nice. Well, that makes some room. That runs up to the light, so we'll leave that hooked up for now. And there we go. Tank kit, tank kit, tank kit, tank kit. And we're going to have all kinds of piping to pull back up. All right. So we shouldn't have to mess with anything on this side. We want to keep that set up. And which... I believe that's the water line running over to the greenhouse, which should be completely drained as well. I mean, everything should be drained, or close enough. Okay. And do we have some paint? We have some blue paint. All right, just so we don't forget that this is the water line. There we go. All right. Water line, oxygen, nitrogen, fuel. Do we have orange? We have red. Oh, orange. Okay. And white. All right, so we're good on the rest of it. All right, let's get some piping pulled up. And then we'll pull up the... Let's see, we'll pull up all the plumbing, get the... I keep saying plumbing, piping. Pull up. We got to get everything cleared off the floors because those large tanks go, you know, they're too tall, so they're gonna, or 2 blocks tall, so they're going to basically take up the whole area. And if we have any wiring down or anything, it's not going to fit. I still think we might have to expand the room. Oh, that's the light down below. I was like, why did I put a light through the floor? And we'll have to remember, too, that... Ooh! Atmospherics just crashed. It did not like me pulling something up. Okay. I haven't seen that crash in a while. But I have noticed it do it when I'm doing a lot of stuff with piping. I don't know if it's trying to update, just updating all the gases and the pipes so fast, the pipe network. I don't know. And I'll have to remember in the floor we have the CO2 runs down. And we'll have to figure out what color we're going to make CO2. So nitrogen, orange, yeah, that's good. Right there. So we'll have to, we'll leave it open for now. We're probably going to have to rerun that line. Oop, and I've got a steel plate in my inventory. Oh, this is making such a mess. But that was to be expected. Yeah, I must say I am, just to go completely off topic, I'm a bit disappointed in the, which okay, it's an early access and it's, you know, things are subject to change, but um, I'm really disappointed with the ore scanner. It's pretty much pointless. I was hoping for a little bit more out of it than basically what we ended up with. You know, it's got an extremely small range. They could have not had the ground penetrating radar, and done it with just one handheld unit. Didn't have to be a tablet. And it just, you know, it's not user friendly at all. So hopefully they'll revamp it or even extend the range on it, because it's such a small range that, you know, it doesn't make it. Why is that? Oh, whoops, wrong one. All right. Yeah. So plus it's broken. Really, I mean, it's only displaying one color, so not really working right. But again, early access, so kind of expect things to be like an initial pass and then get more work done on them. All right, and let me clear that out. There we go. Oh, such a mess. All right, pull off of here. And then that line should be already empty, I believe. Everything should have been down around the couple hundred. Yeah. And just in case, we can actually say, let it pull the rest of it through while we do everything. We gotta get all this torn out. We're gonna have to put some lights in the ceiling now. Since we've made this such a you know, larger, more open area. And those always kind of go flying around when they get pulled off. I don't get what's up with that. Let's go toss some of this stuff back. What the radar? No, you have to place it on the ground. Yeah, well, they could have easily held off and not put it in this update. I mean, it wasn't even in the beta branch. They just put it right out into the main branch. And they did advertise it as having a color for each ore, so they kind of, as far as I'm concerned, they kind of dropped the ball on that one because obviously they pushed it out before it was even ready for the initial version. Hmm. Yeah, but can you spray paint them when they're in the lockers? I've actually never tried spray painting them in the locker. Oh, no, it's because, yeah, I don't want to swap. That's a good note, though. I'll have to keep that in mind because I'll just leave some spots to do that. Because I have been meaning to color code them, but I just haven't. It hasn't really been at the top of my list. And now I'm glad I didn't because I'm ripping them all out. So, what is that? What did we tie those over? We ran those over for... Oh, the sleeper? Was that the sleeper that we ran those over? Hmm. Nitrogen. Why did I run a nitrogen line up there? That's a nitrogen and oxygen. Why did I run it over on this side? I'm trying to remember. I remember I did it, and it was like 4 or 5 episodes ago. But I'm trying to remember why I did it. Was it a run over for the? No, it's not the run over from the sleeper because the sleeper ties in over here. It runs over here for the sleeper, which doesn't need nitrogen anyway. That's just wait a minute, did it need nitrogen? No, I think that was just O2. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, somebody did make that recommendation is to drag the box around, but since we're, not, it's not like it. Oh, I didn't realize the spray paint created pollutants. Makes sense. All right, what did I run that nitrogen and oxygen line for? Oh, that runs over to the suit station. Okay. That's what it was. Let's see. That's oxygen. And we have no green, but we'll just know that the other one is the nitrogen. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I haven't color coded any of the cables yet. I haven't really found that much of a need to. Oh, you know what? I bet it didn't depressurize this line because it's on the... Oh, wait a minute. Nope, it does tie in. Yes, duh. So that is going to be depressurized already. we should go ahead and color code that as well. That is the, let's see, this is the oxygen. That's the volatiles. That way, try to make this so we don't have a lot of confusion when, which we'll probably have some, but, you know, not have a ton of confusion when we try to hook everything back up and remember what it was. Just tearing everything apart. Yeah, we're going to have quite a bit of piping. I kind of wish there was like an area remove tool, but that's just being lazy. Okay. Oh, the poor filters. They've served me well in this setup. Which they'll probably be the same setup, but I think we're going to have to move them to a different location. Oops, I dropped the wrench. I wanted to drop that stack of pipes. Okay. Oh, so much pipe. Oh, I did it again. There we go. Oh, I think this whole episode is basically just going to be tearing everything apart. That's right. Hopefully we can get everything rebuilt in the next episode. May be a lot of pipe, though, to put back down. But it should hopefully make an improvement. And hopefully by switching to the large tanks, if we can fit them all in here, I think that's going to be the main issue, is if we can get everything to fit in here or not. And I was thinking about just depressurizing the whole entire base. Since then we can run all the gases through. But I don't know. We'll see. And after we get this done, I think the next thing we're going to work on is I want to change the intake, outtake, and well, the outtake I'm fine on. The intake and the filtration. I don't really like the setup on that. So I want to, especially the filtration. And maybe we'll try doing the console again. I don't think they've made any improvements to it, but it might. I don't know. I think we'll just actually just do a logic circuit. Yeah, I've run into. I kind of wish I had left it the way I had it originally, but because I had a design flaw, and good thing there was stone there. Let me guess, my welder went empty. No? Okay. Why is it not turning on? Oh, that's with the atmospheric crash. I've had that happen before. Yeah, I have to restart before it'll start working again. And yeah. So we'll leave that. There's it's sealed with stone anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And we'll just turn that off. All right. Oh, that acted like it had some pressure in it. Now we are gonna have to rerun all this heavy line, which is gonna be a bit of a pain. We'll probably have to make some more heavy line or heavy cable as well. Oh, that's 2. Okay, but hopefully it'll be worth it. Oh, hey, all the water. We lost all the water. Interesting, because that was maybe that's part of the. Oh, that might be because the atmospherics crashed. I'm assuming water is probably part of the atmospherics. Yeah, I am going to do a restart. We're hitting almost an hour, so I will probably. I'm just trying to get all the pipe pulled up first. And I think, yeah, that's just a corner. All right, so we can pull that. Because this was our incoming line that was outputting here, so we can probably actually pull that whole entire line up. Yeah, I want to get I'm trying to get all the pipe pulled up, and then so we don't have to come back to it. But as soon as I get all that pulled up, maybe get them, because the machines will go fast. The wiring's probably going to take a little bit. But thankfully the wiring stacks, to a lot higher quantity. So it's a little bit easier to get it. Oh, really? I threw the wrench again. Oh, son of a. Oh, that's all right. That's the radiator line, which I don't really want to tear into. Well, we do need to pull this side up because this is for the radiators. But that on what's on the outside wall, unless we have to move that wall, should be fine. Oh. I do like that you can throw stuff. That is convenient to get stuff out of the way. There's one. Yep. So we're going to just set it up to... well, that's all right. I actually have to open all that up because I have to get to the wiring for the... we're going to have to move all that. I should just go ahead and depressurize this. But yeah, I was kind of hoping the large was going to have, two connections. But as somebody was pointing out, that we can just do a so many stacks at 20 pipes. Okay, so that's the radiator system. We should be able to leave that alone. We can just tie the ACs back into it. Yeah. But we can, you can use a back pressure valve and a regular pressure valve that we can tie into that, and then it'll basically let us circulate what's in the tank. Kind of like with the sleeper. So it should work out pretty good. And then we can just circulate, kind of similar to this with an AC, and we'll have the tank tied in, and we can just let it circulate. Except we probably, I don't know if we would need the back pressure valve on or that, because we should be able to have more in there than what the AC is going to draw, opposed to like the filter, but something similar, so it can circulate And then that way it'll just, you know, we'll after we filter everything, then we can condition it in the tank to get to the temperature that we're aiming for. Oh, so many pipes. Oh. Question is can we actually depressurize the tank, the base now? Yes. Well, we can, but we have to do this. And obviously we don't need two of these, which we can pick that up in a minute. All right, so get this stuff all pulled up. Very nice. And I think we have, oh, actually, if I thought about it, we actually have quite a few more valves in there, which I don't think we've pulled up yet. Oh, why does it end up overpressurizing it? Yeah, I could see that causing oh, so many pipes. All right. Very nice. Oh. Is that actually all the... Do we actually have all the pipes off the ground? Holy cow. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of... Oh, wait. I saw one that was in a... Ah, right there. Oh, there's another one. 2020, 2020, 2020, 20, and 7. Okay. Yeah. Now we gotta pull up the wiring and stuff, which should hopefully not be as bad. Let's get the valves pulled up, though. And we can actually pull... That's gonna be... that. And if I thought about it, I actually need one pipe in there. Stack that. Stack that. Alright, let's go throw a piece of pipe in there. Now we can... why does that seem wrong? No, that's the intake line. Yep. So then that can go out to the tank that we stuck out there. So, yeah, I want to go ahead and depressurize because we're going to have to rip up the floor. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they can hold, the small tanks can hold, I think, 600 for the volume, or 6,000, sorry. I'm not sure what the big tanks hold for the volume. Okay. That door's open. Okay, so returns. That returns open. Okay. So we'll let this depressurize. That'll take a while, but we've still got to pull the rest of this stuff up as well too. Oh look, it actually looks like it's capped now. So if it's painted, it'll look like it's capped. But if it's not painted, it basically looks like an empty pipe. Interesting. Yes. Oh no, the green doesn't do it. It's only the white. Ah. I'd say there's they need to update the textures a little bit. But I'm sure that's at the, probably the end of the priority list. Which is perfectly understandable, since it's not really anything critical. Really? ACs can't stack at all? There's no rhyme or reason to think how things stack. Actually, I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to throw them over in this corner, because we are going to need them in this room. Holy cow, yeah, we're going to have to do some work on the lighting, because it is dark in here. Yeah, I think we're going to put some lights in the ceilings. But I think by the time this is all said and done, it will definitely be worth it. And I wonder how many times I'm going to step in that hole. Okay, so 4 ACs. Obviously, oh, there's another stack of pipes. And we'll pull these all out. And of course, I can't carry them all. All right, we're going to need these in here too. AC. Yeah, I don't really want 20 and 20. Really? You won't let me combine those? Alright, since we have all the other pipes over here, might as well just throw them there. Filter. Oop, not swap, take. Yeah, it's not going to let me take it down until I pull everything out of it. 5. Okay. Good thing stuff doesn't break when you do that. Oh! Very nice. Oh, autosave. And oh, I didn't throw it far enough. It is fun. By the way, if you stand too close to something and it bounces off the wall, it can kill you. Not that I'm speaking from experience. I can't remember what it was. I think I tossed I was like standing next to I think it was in the greenhouse. I was standing about this far from the wall, and I just like barely tossed a steel sheet to, put it against, out of the way. It bounced off the glass, hit me, and nearly killed me. So, just something to keep in mind. let's get these down. And we're going to want those again. And of course we have our lovely circuits that do not stack. I know I thought about just putting a locker in here, and I could have just tossed more stuff in the locker, but then I figured wherever I put the locker, it will probably end up being in the way, and I will have to move it. And then if it's full of stuff, that is going to be an utter pain. Now that I say that, and I've thrown everything in this corner, well, actually, I don't plan on changing that. So I like the little refill station over here. It's all tied up into logics already, so I'd rather not have to redo all that. Not that we couldn't if we need to, but okay. And then we'll probably just leave that since it should all be on the same circuit again anyway. And our AC's fine over there. As you can see, it's still running. And why? Oh, you know what? We never turned on the volume pump. Not really going to be able to drain the system too well if it's not on. Okay, we're at 15 on that side. Why do we not seem to be getting any pressure on our returns? They should be pulling in. Doesn't look like it though. All right. What is going on? No pressure? Oh, you know what? Yeah, we have to do the restart because the atmospherics are borked. All right, so we're at about an hour and 15 minutes right now. I'm going to go ahead and save, do a restart off camera. And actually, let's see, we're on stream 3. We'll go to stream 2. Or back to stream. Yeah, the atmosphere's crashed. Yeah, I forgot. So that's why it wasn't draining the base. Yeah, so we'll, anyway, I'll end the episode here. We'll come back in the next episode, which is going to be, yeah, I am, about 10 minutes. I'll go top off my coffee, stretch my legs, and I'll go ahead and restart the client on the off chance that there is an update on the beta branch. Probably not, because I don't think they're open today, but I do it between every stream anyway, because a lot of times in the evenings, my time, there's an update between the streams. So, and you never know what there's going to be. Yeah, and I'll come back in about 10 minutes. We're going to pull up the wiring, which shouldn't take too long, especially since it stacks to 50. And we'll get to be placing the, we'll start figuring out where we're going to place the tanks and whatnot, and how we're going to lay everything out. Yep. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Like I said, we'll be back in 10 minutes and with episode 57, and we'll continue right on from where we left off on this episode. All right. See you guys then.